People give what they're able to give. If there comes a moment in life when we finally understand that people don't give us what we want, they give us what they're capable of giving. It's a realization that doesn't arrive early, and certainly not easily. It's shaped by disappointments, unmet expectations, and paths that didn't unfold the way we hoped. Until one day, almost quietly, a new understanding rises inside us. No one offers what they don't have. And that's when emotional maturity begins to bloom. We grow up believing that love is enough, that care comes naturally, that the people beside us will always respond exactly the way we need. But life doesn't work like that. Everyone carries their own story, their own pain, their own emotional capacity, and that defines what they can give. Some people can offer affection, but not presence. Others can give beautiful words, but not action. Some recognize our value, but still can't stay. That isn't a lack of love, it's a lack of structure. It takes time to accept that no one gives what they never learned, never received, or haven't awakened within themselves. Many live locked inside their own fears, old wounds, deep insecurities. Expecting someone to give what they've never mastered is like asking dry soil to bloom overnight. It's not cruelty, it's limitation. Emotional maturity begins the moment we stop personalizing everything. When we stop interpreting someone's absence as rejection, when we understand that their inability isn't proof of our lack of worth, it's simply a reflection of their own fragility. Because it removes weight from our shoulders and places responsibility back where it belongs, on each person's limits, choices, and capacities. Throughout life, we meet people who give us little, not because they feel little, but because they're drained, fighting invisible battles. We're still learning how to love beyond scarcity. Others give little simply because they don't want to give more. Wisdom is learning to distinguish one from the other, without rushing to judgment or carrying unnecessary guilt. Accepting what each person is able to offer isn't resignation, it's clarity. It's recognizing the ground you're standing on. Some bonds are deep, others are shallow, some temporary, and a few last a lifetime. All of them, in their own way, are natural. Maturity is the lens that reveals that loving also means accepting limits. But there's an essential detail. Accepting what someone can give doesn't mean accepting less than you deserve. It simply means not trying to pull from someone a level of presence, love, or awareness they don't have to offer. It's understanding that trying to enlarge certain hearts is a silent way of wasting your own life. Some paths just don't converge in the end, no matter how much effort you put in. And that's okay. Maturity also teaches us not to hold grudges. Resentment belongs to those who haven't understood yet. It grows when we believe someone owed us a bigger love, a greater effort, a deeper understanding. But no one owes us what they cannot give. When we truly see this, resentment begins to dissolve, opening space for a quieter peace, a peace that lets us move forward without leftovers, without thorns, without replaying the same questions. And there's another part of this learning. We also give only what we're able to give. Sometimes we're generous, but often we're flawed. We have disappointed others, offered less than they asked, loved with broken pieces. We have our own limits, even when we try to push beyond them. Acknowledging this makes us more human and strangely more compassionate. Maturity is a mirror that finally shows us that no one lives above their inner capacity. We're all trying in our own way. Some try harder, others barely try, but each person gives what they can through the lens of their own world. This understanding returns to us a serenity we didn't know we were missing. When we stop demanding the impossible, we begin to see what is actually being offered. Sometimes what the other person gives looks small to us, but it's everything they have. Sometimes the gesture is tiny, but it comes from a sincere place. And it's up to us to decide whether their everything is enough for our life. Because accepting someone's limit doesn't mean adopting it as our own. Here lies the most delicate part of maturity, knowing when to stay and knowing when to leave. Knowing when to embrace someone's limitation and when that limitation suffocates your growth. Recognizing that some relationships don't evolve not because of a lack of feeling, but because of a lack of emotional structure, and insisting on them only hurts you. Maturity doesn't demand lifelong sacrifices, it demands clarity. Understanding that some people can only walk with us halfway, and there is no beauty in dragging someone who cannot or does not want to continue. Wisdom is continuing your own journey, even if at some point you must walk alone. Over time, we begin to understand that life is not about changing people, it's about learning to deal with who they are. It's not about fighting for them to become more, it's accepting they may be less than what we hoped for. And that doesn't erase their essence. It only limits their ability to give. Emotional maturity is also the art of embracing the world's imperfections without losing yourself in them. And somehow, the more we accept what people can give, the freer we become. Because we stop fighting pointless battles. We stop asking for explanations that won't change anything. We stop waiting for someone else to complete us, rescue us, or heal our wounds. Maturity returns each responsibility to its rightful owner and returns to us the strength to keep moving. Then one day, again quietly, we realize that life is built on real relationships, not ideal ones. Human, imperfect, incomplete relationships, and yet deeply meaningful. Maturity shows us that love isn't about demanding fullness. It's about recognizing both the other person's limit and our own, and still deciding whether the journey is worth it. But perhaps the most beautiful part is this. When we accept someone's limit, we open space to receive more than expected. Because when we stop demanding, the other person relaxes. When we stop forcing, they naturally offer more. And when we stop trying to shape them, they finally show who they are. Sometimes there is more beauty in allowing than in expecting. In the end, people give what they're able to give isn't a sad phrase, it's a freeing one. It reminds us that no one is here to fill our emptiness. Everyone is fighting their own fears, their own voids, their own limitations. Accepting this distances us from illusions and bitterness, and brings us closer to gratitude and truth. And the truth is simple. People give what they're able to give. This is the kind of maturity that transforms relationships, heals old wounds, and teaches us how to walk lightly. The kind that helps us realize that accepting someone else's limits doesn't diminish us. It expands our awareness. And once that awareness arrives, everything changes. The weight lifts, the tension dissolves, and life moves forward. Clearer, lighter, and finally honest. Thank you for reading this far. Subscribe to the channel and receive more videos like this.